Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the first episode of the Offscreen Thwomp podcast.
You gonna introduce me?
I thought we had discussed that we weren't going to do that
But
because,
you said you were going to. This is already a
well,
mess.
no, because I can't. It's your YouTube channel.
Fair enough. Okay. Anyways, what did you want to?
Introduced me.
Okay, this is Buckaroo, or Buckaroodle 610,
Hi.
as he may be more well known. I mentioned Buck being well known.
Haha.
Um, yeah, actually, I don't know. I wonder if like many people actually know you. He's made quite a few troll levels. At least I'm a fan of his type of design. I
well,
really don't know how many people like how many levels of yours has Carl played even?
um, he's played two of my troll levels, but I made a bunch more in Mario Maker 1, but a lot of them weren't as like famous, but.
So I remember actually, I made a level based on one of yours. It was like that Koopa Sagan one. I really love that like troll at the beginning where it tricked the player into thinking they were at
Oh,
the
with the
beginning. You know, with
Oh, we okay. So all right. I didn't. I've been keeping this bottled up, but I've told Symplectic about this. All
okay.
right. I'm pretty sure I invented twice. Okay.
No,
I
you
think I
totally did. I
invented
feel
twice.
like you hundred
I
percent
totally,
did.
if you go back and watch his video, I totally invented twice because I had the section where you go to a CP and it puts you down. It looks like you're back at the start, but something different happens.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure to link this like the video to Carl's playthrough of it in the description because I you
Yeah,
deserve credit for
definitely.
that. You totally do because that was what I
I mean,
remember. This it was a level Carl never played. In fact, I think I deleted it because I ended up using a ton of the trolls in a level I uploaded later. It was not a great troll
mhm,
level, but like I kind of took like quite a few elements of the whole twice thing from that part of the
mhm.
level. Like I had a part where you think you come back to the beginning. It was the beginning of the level was a pickup pipe section. Okay, not the best design.
Yikes.
But yeah, there
Yeah.
was a part there where and if you try to go on the pipe you normally were supposed to go in, it was the CP1. Ha, funny.
See what I think. I think that maybe I wouldn't take credit for the twice because Symplectic took that idea.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if Symplectic actually like saw that video, but I mean, if Symplectic did, they definitely expanded on it. Like
for
they made
sure.
it so
Yeah,
that it wasn't just one section; it was the entire level.
like
And then like that
symplectic.
ending
I feel like
was like
symplectic
pure
not only.
genius.
Wait, sorry. I feel like symplectic not only like invented twice, but like like it would have been very easy to just make a twice section and then have people kind of expand on it from there. But twice like
Hmm.
symplectic invented the meta and then expanded on it in the same level. Like
Yeah, the ending of that level like honestly put me in tears. Like
yeah, and then
that
there's
was
like
it was
I
so good.
yeah. And you keep watching streamer. I keep watching streamers play who get mad at that, and it's like, how can you get mad at that? That was such a like amazing ending.
But yeah, that ending. I mean, props to Symplectic. I mean, but yeah, he totally should have given me credit 100%.
Not saying I completed the level, but like,
Okay. But yeah, so back to the actual podcast. But I
right?
mean,
Yeah,
like, well, like yeah, but so yeah, so this is the first episode, and we should be releasing this Saturday.
probably. I don't know when I'll have time to edit. I should have time Friday.
I mean, I don't know when this is gonna go up, but I
For
don't
anyone
think
wondering, we're
we're
recording
not gonna have
this
a schedule or
Wednesday.
anything. They're gonna go up in surprise, so
Yeah.
that'll be a fun thing, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess we can start off with some of the questions. For those of you
Oh,
wondering,
well,
if you have any questions you can ask, you can put them in the comments. We'll be reading that.
we
But it
should
might
probably have like a hashtag or something,
Yeah,
because
actually, no. What I have is maybe after each episode, I'll post a new Twitter post for you guys to post your questions to. Like, you can reply to that Twitter post. I'll link my Twitter in the description, obviously. But yeah, you
or
can.
I'm
You,
pretty sure if the hashtag Offscreen Thwomp isn't taken, we can use that one.
I highly doubt it's taken, so I guess we can. I don't actually know how like hashtags Twitter stuff works. If you want, you can
You don't
handle
know how
that.
hashtags work?
Not really. I don't use
You
Twitter that
have a
often.
Twitter.
Okay, I have a Twitter.
You literally have Twitter.
I have
Okay,
a
well
Twitter. I know how to
basically
tweet. That's about it.
so far, the hashtag Offscreen Thwomp has nothing. So you can either reply to Potatochan's tweet or just send in your questions with the hashtag Offscreen Thwomp, and then we'll be able to find them all.
I suppose that
But yeah,
works.
let's start with the question.
Okay, no,
So let's.
I'm reading the question. I am reading the question, Buck. It's
Are
my
you gonna
tweet.
read them to me, or are we gonna both answer?
I'm just reading out the question, okay?
Okay,
Okay, so
make sure it's a
first we
good one.
have Nando Sagi1 saying, I'd like to learn more about the basics, like introduction to good trap building, etc. So that's like a fairly broad question. I feel like there's a lot to talk about that.
Yeah, that kind of goes with one of the question. One of my emergency questions I have here. which was what I was gonna ask you. What is your creative process when designing trolls? Like, do you mash
Huh.
entities together, or does it happen accidentally?
You know what? I
And
actually
I
do.
think both. So.
Straight up, if I'm out
Yeah.
of troll ideas, one thing I'll do is often I always have a level in my core spot that I'm building at the time, and then say I'm just kind of
Hmm.
watching a stream and like I see like a cool mechanic or something I haven't seen before, and I
Yeah.
think of like a way to make a troll with that. I'll
Yeah.
immediately like
That's literally what I. That's exactly what I do.
yeah,
Like.
I immediately blow it up in core spot and like make a troll with
Hmm.
it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what
I
else
don't
is
want. I
fun?
don't want.
Oh, I remember back when I was watching Thabisto. Is it? I don't know how you say it. Thabeast, that beast. I don't know.
I think just the beast.
That
I guess.
beast. Okay, the beast. I don't
If you
know.
don't know him, he's like a Kaizo streamer. So
Yeah, yeah. But
you should
for
know him
whatever
though.
reason, he
He's
would
pretty good.
always like send me messages like on Discord. Was it Twitch? I don't even remember if it was Twitch GMs or Discord. But he would always like send me clips or like links to his VODs and stuff for when he found like a weird mechanic in Super Expert that I could use for a troll. He
Wait,
literally,
what? Really? He would
yeah,
send you those? What?
he supplied like 50% of my trolls for each troll level. Honestly, it was like he gave me so many
Oh my
mechanics.
god, dude.
It wasn't even
Dude,
just the ones he
wow.
showed me. Like he like seriously, the random Super Expert like tech you find when you're playing that is amazing. Like
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's so many times where like something will happen to me when playing Super Expert or multiplayer or something, and I'll be like, why isn't anyone using this role yet?
yeah, I remember I was watching like Dan G play like a random level, I think it was, and it was like, oh, I can't remember what the troll was. Yeah, I couldn't actually find the video, and I never figured out what I could never remember what the troll was. I just remember seeing like a really really good troll in a random hot garbage super expert level that I wanted to put in the level, and I could never find the VOD, and I'm so upset about it.
Yikes. But yeah, but back to the question. Yeah, I would say if you're looking for like the basics to trap building, I would find a like just play Super Expert or something, or watch like a Twitch stream, and just if you see something that could potentially have potential to like be a like a trap, blow that up in core spot, fool around with it for a little bit, because I think that you know because
Honestly, yeah,
I
like
think those type of like glitches and weird mechanics go a long way into like making it so that you can't see what's gonna happen.
definitely. I feel like one thing people do wrong though is they find a tech and they feel forced to implement it into a troll. And the one thing
Yeah.
people do, like the one mistake people make when they're doing that is they then make the tech the solution. The tech should never be, like obscure tech should never be the solution to a troll. People are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine. I'll just put a hint in." No, that completely ruins the point of a troll. It's a puzzle now. Don't put puzzles in troll
hmm
levels.
Yeah, I what I always like to say is my main philosophy with troll levels is that the troll that you die by should be like the obvious solution,
Yeah,
but then the actual way to get past it should be like the second most obvious. Because
that's
you don't
fair.
want it
Yeah.
to be like a wait, how do I get past this?
Yeah, you
You
never
really
really
just
want
want
that confusion. It's
yeah.
not good. Like it just kind of slows down the player's progress. And in a troll level where it's kind of like a grind to get back to where you were, you want the player to feel like they're constantly making progress, and you don't want them to be like, "Oh man, I have to
Yeah.
get through all this just to get back to here, where I don't even
hmm
know if I'm gonna succeed this turn." You know, like
Yeah, you really don't want to have a lot of like crazy puzzling unless you are Tom and D. In that case, it is completely fine.
or Puzzle King. Where did Puzzle King go? He just disappeared off the face of the internet.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Bring back Puzzle King.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Puzzle King, if you're watching this, please come back.
Actually,
We
I've seen a
miss
lot of
you.
people say they really liked his design of troll levels and stuff. And in that
I think
case,
he had a
like
very
all
interesting.
go for it. Like I mean, if you want to
hmm
put puzzles in and make an actual styled puzzle troll level like that, go for it. But don't just like throw in a random puzzle in a troll level because that just kind of breaks the pace and theming.
Yeah, you want to keep a consistent pacing, definitely.
Okay, let's move on to another question. I think that was there anything else you wanted to add to that one or
Um, yeah, I would say something that I'm gonna add something.
okay?
Something that I think is very important into trap building is just simple like input output like workings like in order to figure out like because a lot of traps like if even if they start with a weird mechanic you need to turn that into something that you can actually do the trap with and be like a P switch or a POW. So I think learning like how to take one input like an on and off switch or a bomb explosion
Oh,
or a
that's a good
shell
point.
and turning it into something else, that's very important.
That's true. Just
um
kind of like that just feels like basic game knowledge. That you kind of like one
yeah.
thing I highly recommend: all of Steve Gaming's videos. Watch all of them.
I was literally about to say, yeah, speed gaming. Basically, just binge all of them if you're looking to like, look for cool mechanics and whatnot.
Yeah, there's so many
I
just
think.
basic contraptions people know about just from
Hmm.
watching his videos that are just kind of like
Yeah,
commonplace in like the building community. So if you really want, if you're like kind of a new
but
builder
yeah,
and want to get into that, these videos are a great place to start.
yeah. Like, I mean, basic conversions: POW to P switch to POW,
Yeah,
P switch to shell. Things like that are very, very important. And I think once you know that, there's a lot more potential you can do.
yeah.
So yeah, so
If you guys have like more
that's
specific,
all.
if you guys have more specific questions about that, like maybe a specific contraption you want to know about, like feel free to ask about that. We can go in depth about it in another podcast. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think we can
Okay,
move
we got
on
another
to our next
question.
question. Okay, so this question comes from Haku Nagu, and it says, "Okay."
Okay, what's the
That's
question?
his question.
Okay.
No, that's his question. Okay. Any thoughts on
Okay.
this question, Buck?
Thank you, Aku. Very cool.
That's exactly what I responded with. And okay, let's move on to the next one.
That was a very good question. Thank you.
Okay, so this one's coming in from Bram SMM2, and it says, "How do I let the scroll stop continue when I'm close to a wall with brick blocks?"
All right. First of
Okay,
all, I don't think brick blocks
they don't.
actually
I
do
was
the
about to
scroll
say that
stop.
they do not stop scroll.
They
He probably
do not.
means
I
like
think
the other blocks, you
if you're
know?
talking about like breakable blocks, if you're talking about breakable blocks, then yes, I can answer this question. Um, you can use like a thwomp or a claw to detect when the player is, like proximity to the wall,
Yeah.
and then that can trigger, like, just like I was saying with the other thing where you got to know how to do like pow to p switch to pow.
Right, just
You
basic kind
could,
of contraptions like that are very important.
yeah. So have that thwomp or claw. Like if you're using a thwomp, you could use that to hit like a on and off switch. We can blow up a bomb to break some stuff.
My
But
actually my preferred method whenever possible. Actually, this is like a trick that I use specifically. I know a lot of people don't, but I prefer this. Just because I don't like how the thwomp shakes the screen. I don't like it.
oh, I don't like that.
So my preferred option is whenever possible to use buzzy beetles for contraptions instead or
Oh yeah, yeah,
spinies.
buzzy beetles work for. But yeah, so you'd use like a buzzy beetle on, and it would drop on like a note block or
Yeah,
something.
upside down buzzy beetles will drop when you get close enough. So they also another nice
But
thing is
then
they
wouldn't it just like permanently bounce on the note block, making it
I
annoying
usually have
sound?
something that like hits a brick block with a muncher on top of it to kill it.
Oh, okay.
Of course,
Yeah,
then
that
you
makes
see it
sense.
die. But the other thing you can do is like I don't know. There's ways around it. If you I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
if it's far enough off screen,
the
it
claw
doesn't
that
actually
got
make a
added.
noise.
No, well, the claw that got added is actually a good idea to do that because
Oh
that's
yeah,
also
you could get it
proximity
caught in the
detector.
claw. That's high IQ. I hadn't thought about
Yeah,
that.
or you could just have it drop at anything basically.
Yeah, but I think the other problem is oh yeah, I guess claws work infinitely upwards. I forgot about that. So you could hide it at the top of the screen, but I'm pretty sure like a
Mhm.
claw's sideways radius is only like a block or like two
Really,
blocks.
I could have sworn it
It's
was
like
like
a
maybe two or
no,
three.
it's like a block and a
That
half.
should be enough though to that should
But
be enough though to like
basically, if you want to have it
like
below the
hurt
top,
them.
like on the part of the screen that the player's on, I mean like up or down wise, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say that, but
Mm-hmm.
if you want
Vertically.
to have it like next to the wall, then you kind of have the edge of the claw showing. I think I'm pretty sure. I haven't messed with the claws at all for that purpose, so I don't know about that one, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, claws actually have a decently big proximity.
yeah, I don't
So
know. But that's just, again, gotta mess around with it
I
in editor
used a
sometimes.
I in one of my recent levels, it wasn't a troll level, it was just like a normal platforming level. But
Disgusting.
I used a trick like that in 3D World. I used a thwomp and a red POW.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, it was a no. I think it was just a bomb, but I think the POW also killed the thwomp. But yeah, so it also works in 3D World as well. So yeah, that's another one of those things where there's a lot of ways to do it. You just
Mm-hmm.
gotta kind of experiment with different, input conversions, I guess.
Yeah, before we
So
move on to the next question, one last thing I forgot to mention for that is a just like a big spiny or a big buzzy beetle can just break those blocks as well. So you could even have
oh
that like
yeah,
at
and
the
that
top of
can
the screen to
also
break blocks to move it, or if you
that
want, or
that can
like
also serve the troll itself, just because like it breaks and then the shell just starts hurling itself at you.
yeah. Except I feel like it's been sort of overused. Like it's I think I've seen that in like three different
Hmm.
levels at this point. So maybe don't do that unless you want to
Yeah.
build on it somehow. Like I don't know,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they think that's what's gonna happen. So it like the shell hits like a note block that bounces it up high. So when they try to jump out of the way,
hmm
I don't know, something like that.
in my only Mario Maker 2 troll level that I've uploaded so far. Don't worry, there should be another one coming out soon. I just have to, like actually finish it. But yeah, in my first one, I used a sideways thwomp in a clown car, and So it would break a bomb, and then it would just like hurl itself and bounce you into a void. So I mean, I was pretty proud of that. I was laughing my butt off. But yeah, many ways to do that. Depends on exactly like which style you're in or what's more convenient for you.
That's true too. Certain
So,
contraptions only really work in one style. So the other thing, you know what? This isn't a question, but I think this is a good thing to point out. Style choice. I don't know, like style choice can be very important, especially like what you got to consider for one thing. I think this is a good point to talk about. Because style choice is honestly the biggest like thing I think about when I'm starting a level. Theme can be kind of
mhm.
important too, with like the way like SMM2 has quite a lot of new themes with different mechanics. But the big thing for me is style because so many trolls are style specific. Especially a lot of the
Mhm.
ones I do, which are like built around like using things to hide other things, which only really works
Yeah.
based on the certain sizes of sprites and the sort of thing. But there's
And that,
even
that honestly goes back to the other thing, like how to like when we were talking about like getting inspiration for trolls. What I tend to do is I tend to just think what can like hide other things.
That's true too, yeah, just like messing around with that. But at this point, that's kind of been mostly found already, so it's very hard to find new stuff for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there is a lot to talk about with that, especially with like poison and lava make really good for trolls because you can hide stuff under the lava.
Yeah,
But if you
but if
abuse that
I
too much, it feels kind of cheap. So you
yeah,
gotta have a
same
good
here. I mean,
balance.
I tried not to use that as much because I didn't like that. But
Yeah, unless you use it in creative ways, then don't just have like a ton of stuff flying out from the lava.
because
But
then it can sometimes get predictable.
yeah, that
So
too. Yeah, like I noticed in Fishbones, there was one point where after at the second thing I had coming out of the lava, no one fell for it. Like everyone was predicting. It's like a narrow hallway with a semi-solid. Everyone saw that coming, so
yeah. So
no one sat
all
next
right.
to the icicle. Feels bad, man.
All right. Next question.
Right. Wait, no, I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to say about theme. Oh yeah, it's in addition to that, there's also just you got to think about SMB1 can be cool because like it was like they can't grab things, which is important for some trolls. Like if you want to use like POW blocks or something, and you can't just have them moving the POW block for a certain setup, right? That can be important. Or just overall the inability to grab things allows for certain troll setups.
Mm-hmm.
SMB3 has the advantage of I feel like SMB3 is my
No
preferred
spin
one.
jumping.
No spin
Yeah,
jumping, but you can
I
still
like
grab
it. I
stuff.
like
It's generally what I
SMB3.
prefer, just because there's a
Yeah, I
lot you
like
can
SM.
do with that. Yeah, SMB3 is
Mm-hmm.
generally my favorite. I don't. In fact, I think I've only made one non SMB3 troll level.
Really?
Yeah, it was an SMB1 one
My
I made
one
for
troll was
a troll
SMB3.
race. What was that?
My one troll level was SMB3. So.
Nice. Yeah, a good style choice. I see.
Mm-hmm. I'm a
Yeah,
man of culture.
and then Super Mario World is seems like the most common one in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's most common because you can also spin jump and
yeah, and
there's
most people just
Yoshi
prefer
in
the
it.
art style. I feel like. Yeah, Yoshi
Well,
too
yeah,
can
all art
allows for a
styles.
lot of trolls, but the boots allow for some
Mhm.
trolls too. So, you know.
Yeah, I say they're more Yoshi trolls in general.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. Don't use new
And
soup.
then
Moving
yeah,
on.
new soup sucks. I mean, unless there's a troll that's really good in new soup, I wouldn't use it because wall jumping tends to break a lot of stuff.
There's this one really
Um,
cool troll I want to use. I saw it in an ISA video where if you grab onto a flagpole, right, and then you slide down and a claw picks you up, you
oh
get
yeah,
stuck
it
in
just
that claw for 20
delays.
seconds. Like,
Yeah, I know, it just delays like everything.
I've really, like, I was actually considering making a full on claw level, especially because Carl in one of his videos was like, yeah, people should make a Carl level. I mean, a claw level, my bad. Same thing. Uh,
Did you play Carl's like getting over a level?
I did not. No, yeah, I helped him playtest that. Sorry, I don't
Wait,
want to say I
what?
helped him
Oh
playtest that.
no.
He
Oh no.
wanted me to playtest it. I played a little bit of it. I immediately noped out, told him it was terrible, and he uploaded it. He uploaded it anyways. Guys, I tried my best
Me and
to save the world from that disaster.
Me and Nico hadn't seen it, so we decided to race it.
Classic rookie
We both
mistake.
I got to checkpoint and then he rage quit. So yeah,
Yep, same. Actually, that's right where I stopped. I got to checkpoint and was like, yeah, no.
yeah. I got the checkpoint, went through that whole like sub world section, and then I decided nah.
Yeah, went to checkpoint immediately. I immediately fell to the bottom and realized there was no way to kill yourself, and was like,
Yeah,
wait, hang on,
yeah.
I've been
Don't make
bamboozled.
it. If we're talking about troll level stuff, don't make a troll level like that. That is
Yep.
not good.
Yeah, Carl's level is a great example of what not to do.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl, for that. But
Yeah.
also,
Carl gave
no,
us like a perfect
stop.
example of like, okay, don't do
Yeah.
this, don't do this.
Yeah, that level was just platforming based and it sucked.
It was, he was platforming
All
based,
right,
but like really, really
let's get
bad.
to another question.
Okay. From wait, I can't actually read the tag here. Hang on. Wait, how do you Twitter? From Bumblebee Gamer 17. I really struggle with spacing out my trolls and troll placement. Any good tactics to keep this in mind? I actually feel like this is one of my weaker points when designing levels. So Buck, you may
Hmm
want to take over this question.
Um, I think it's sometimes good to have trolls. At least, if you're having like a big major troll, like if you have like a room and you have like one troll that's supposed to be there, it sometimes is good to have smaller trolls, Like I think a good example of like spacing out trolls is Juju,
Oh, you know
because
what? Yeah, for sure.
there are a lot of he has a lot of stuff in his levels. Like there are a lot of stuff, A lot of them are just full on shinies, but there's still a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, Juju's
But
levels are just like really condensed overall.
yeah, they're condensed. So I would say you don't want to. If everything's too condensed, then it can get like too puzzly.
Yeah, actually, one thing I will add is don't put stuff in for the sake of having more. If that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense, like filler trolls is one thing I complain about all the time in levels. You do not need filler trolls, okay? Filler trolls are when you run out of ideas and want to get a level out, so you pump in a ton of garbage just to take up space. Don't do
hmm
that. Take your time with a level, right? That's why like I had a level I was working on for like at least it's been like a month now, and like I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to add in filler trolls, but I ran out of
Yeah.
space. I ended
I
up just kind
spend
of taking a
months
break from the
working on
game, but
levels.
yeah.
I spend like a lot. I spend many months like working on troll levels just because I don't want to have filler in them.
Yeah,
And I feel
sometimes
like
even with like a specific theme, I'll literally stop building. Like, there's been a level where I would start with a theme, make a bit, and then I just straight up scrap the level because I can't think of anything else that fits with the theme. Like, if you
hmm
can't think of good trolls, there's no point uploading a
yeah,
level with
sit on
three
it,
good trolls and a ton of bad trolls, in my opinion. Just
hmm
because, like, I don't know, it's like no one really wants to sit through a ton of bad trolls for a few good trolls when you think about it, there are other levels out there that have all good trolls that are more worth playing. You know, like
hmm
I feel like
I think I
control levels is like a very competitive kind of I want to say competitive market almost like if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I mean troll levels. I do think, yeah, going back to the filler thing, I spend a lot of time making sure that I try not to have as much filler in them. So, troll levels are things that really shouldn't be rushed because you want what's in the level to be good.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I mean, I like to if I'm like stuck in some if I'm stuck somewhere, sleep on it, get some more ideas,
That's true
come
too.
back
And
to it.
again, like we talked about earlier, right? Like watch some streams, see what you can find, all that.
hmm
Yeah, okay, let's check out another question. Okay,
Oh, another previous
from
questions. Woohoo.
hey, from Error, let's go. Okay, my boy Error, shoutouts to him. Okay, so I really struggle on how to carry on with a troll level. Sometimes I have a good troll idea, I make it, and then I don't know what to do next, and end up making horrible troll levels. This is like exactly what we just talked about.
Yeah,
How do I
all right,
overcome this
let's get this
problem or
one.
find motivation to actually finish my troll levels?
I'm gonna go back to my earlier point. Sleep on it. Give
Yeah,
give it some time.
I'm not the best at talking about the whole motivation thing. I haven't made a level in 3 months, but like,
Yeah, I mean, same here. I really shouldn't also be talking about this, but I mean, then again, I the reason I haven't uploaded a lot is because I want my troll levels to be good.
yeah,
I don't want to end up making a bunch of bad ones. One
yeah,
good troll level, I
Error
want
makes
a
a
bunch
really
of bad
good. Sorry, Error makes a really good point about kind of what that problem is. Like we were talking about, though, right? Like if you end up making like rushing your levels because you want like you have some good trolls, can't think of much more, and you want a level out there, you end up getting bad troll levels. That's just kind of what it is. So you really need to know how to do that. The other thing is that it can be nice to like kind of brainstorm ideas with others, right? Like talk with other people who might like make troll levels too. If you can find like
ones.
it's very easy like just hop in Carl's Discord and talk about stuff. Like there's tons of people in there who are willing to share ideas and all that.
Hmm Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you get sometimes like I've seen quite a few people in there kind of talking about a sort of mechanic and coming up with an idea for actually a pretty good troll.
One of my good strategies on how to if I have a good like a little bit of troll like ideas, but I need some more, do a collab with someone. Have
That,
them do after work, you know?
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, doing collabs, although it sometimes is a lot harder, due to the fact that there really isn't like an actual like collab feature in Mario Maker 2.
That's true. Yeah, it can
But I
be
mean,
really
I
tedious
think,
to have to like rebuild
mhm.
sections, which is really annoying.
But I mean, I think, it's pretty good if you want to like end up with a good troll level, just get some help.
Yeah,
Split
absolutely.
split the work.
Is
Um,
that all you want to say on that? Because I feel like we really did just cover that with the previous
yeah, we kind of
question.
covered that with the other one. So in that case, question answered.
Okay, we have one last question, which is actually this is a decent point. How do you decide when the obvious solution is the correct one or not?
Are we talking about like when making or like when playing?
Oh wait, this is from Red Toady. Gotta shout them out. No, I think that I doubt he means playing. If we're talking about like, I'm going to assume he means building. I
Okay.
hope you aren't getting like expecting us to give you advice on how to play troll levels here, because the
I'm
idea
stuck. I've been stuck on this troll ever for 2 months. You gotta help me, guys.
and about that,
Uh,
one thing I do actually want to quickly add on that point, if you're going into a troll level with the mindset of like, oh yeah, I gotta survive every troll, you're not gonna have fun,
mhm,
right? Because they are meant to hit you with cheap shots every once in a while, and if you're gonna complain about that, then like troll levels aren't for you. Like specifically, that's someone like I see like Shun and Barb complain about that all the time, and yeah, like there's not much I can say to that. Like I don't think that's a flaw on the troll level because other people clearly love the design. Just troll levels aren't for you.
but yeah, back to the question. To decide when
Alright.
the obvious solution is the correct one or not. I mean, I think that you want to try to. I mean, my immediate answer is playtesting.
That's fair.
Want
Yeah,
to make sure your
playtesting can be
pro
like,
levels are
especially sending your levels to streamers can be really nice
playtesting. Because then you
because
can kind of see what they do. Because
exactly.
obviously you're not going to know whether it's like obvious or not because you made it.
Yeah, in fact, people will often talk about like how I'm able to, predict all Carl's movements and whatever. That's really not what it is. Actually, one of the big things for me is I play my own section over and just figure out like, oh yeah, after this jump I land here. Okay, I'll put a thwomp here. And
Yeah, I
then
know that's what I do. I kind of
yeah,
predict what would I do in this
exactly.
scenario. You know.
Because the chance is most players are going to do that exact same thing. And when you totally read someone's movements like that, people find it hilarious, right? Like
hmm
that's kind of the idea. You want the player to feel outsmarted but not cheated, if that makes sense. Like there's a good balance there
hmm
between like a cheap shot and just
You
like, oh
kind
yeah,
of
I
want
got
to
him.
yeah. You
Yeah,
want to seem like you want to seem like you know everything at this point.
exactly.
You
That's
know.
literally like without trying. Like, oh, I remember there was the collab level. I'll maybe just put a link to like I'll put a link with a timestamp in the description for this one, but because I really love this moment. It was a thing in that the Carl Money collab level that we made in Mario
Which
Maker One.
wait. Oh, okay. The original.
Yeah, because I mean that me and Buck actually collabed in that section.
I know.
Yeah, I think people
Honestly,
gave me most of the credit for that one actually, but no,
I,
no, no.
I know. Honestly, I'm surprised that like like I've made I've he's like two of my troll levels, but like I feel like still though you've been very nice to me, so thank you.
You're welcome. Anyways, back to this section. So there was one point where I had like the idea was the player was supposed to bounce on a spring, and then the screen
Oh yeah,
actually moves
that
upward
one.
slightly,
Yeah.
right? And then you can see that there's like a spike in the top right corner. So you try to bounce to the left, and then there's a troll that trolls you if you bounce to the left. So what Carl
hmm
does is he just straight up pulls up the spring. He's like, you know what? I bet if I jump to the left, I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna jump to the right. Recklessly jumps to the right, jumps right into the spike, dies. Like I thought that was
Yeah.
hilarious. He's like, how does he know? It was literally a 50-50, and I got lucky. I've always loved that moment.
I'm
Like
very in that entire level, at least for my section, I'm most proud of that note block clip.
the no plot
Dude,
clip
he
was
fell for
amazing.
that like five
He
times,
did.
okay?
He didn't fall for it. I told you it was a bit too hard, and you didn't nerf it.
Dude, okay, it wasn't that hard. All you had to do was just not use like any of like the you just had to not touch the D-pad like
You
after
know
you
what?
get there,
You know
you know?
what, Buck? Thank you. You brought up an excellent point. Okay, there's a difference between something being too hard. Like if you like, I don't know. People all the time are like, "Oh yeah, this it's not too hard. You just have to do this strat." Keep in mind the player
hmm
has to die several times here to figure out that strat, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. But if you don't know that, you have to hold neutral on the D-pad in that one part, and then you don't get clipped into a wall, the player has to get to that section a few times, think, oh, maybe I have to hold neutral, and then figure that out, right? So you can't use the argument of,
hmm
oh, it's not that hard. You have this easy strat if that easy strat isn't made clear to the player.
Yeah, definitely make the easy strat obvious. And I think
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good way to do that is, through a hint maybe,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Like, I
So
think the
I
only reason
definitely
that no block section was tolerable was because it was at the very beginning, right? If we'd put that at the end of the
yeah.
section and it was like something hard
Oh,
you had
that would
to
have been
die
horrible.
on
Yeah,
five
that
times,
would
yeah,
that would
Carl would have been complaining about that. So
I mean, then again, though, the last part of our section was that weird floating blue platform skip.
that wasn't weird.
Clip.
Carl literally got it second try. He died the first time, figured it out. It's not that hard.
Wait,
It
it
was a
wasn't
really
that bad
weird
though.
clip though. Yeah, if it's like if a blue platform, the wings blue platforms, right? They move up and down. If
hmm
if a wings blue platform is like moving down and you're walking into a wall. I don't know how to like describe it without a
It
visual
was
aid or
very
anything.
weird. It was very weird,
But
yeah.
yeah, basically we had a thing where you like if you were holding left and the blue platform was moving up, as you move down, you just straight up like clip through the blue platform if you were
It
holding
was
against the
yeah.
wall. It
I
was
think what
really
ha
strange.
I think what happened is like the space between the blue platform and the wall and like the ceiling of the wall
Yeah.
is like it's just small enough that you actually clip through like or sort of if a blue platform like sends you into a ceiling, you know? You just clip through it.
You kind of cut out there, but I get
So I
what you
think
mean.
that's what
My timer's going, half an hour. That went by
oh,
actually really
okay.
quickly, and we
Um,
answered every question, I think.
all right, we did. All right. I ask you one more?
Oh, okay, sure.
Um all right, yeah, this is my emergency question list. But yeah, if you had to add any block mechanic, game style, etc. into Mario Maker 2,
Huh. You know, I probably there's a lot of stuff in ROM hacking I really wish was in Mario Maker 2. You know what it is? You know what it is? I want clear pipes in every style. God damn it.
really?
Give me clear pipes in every style. No, straight up, like Super Mario World, like 50% of my trolls just came from like the quick pipes, you
Oh,
know,
the
like just go yeah, those
mhm.
little war pipes.
If
Especially
you
making them like one tile thick is really nice for those kind of trolls.
mhm.
Like a lot of mine utilize like making them go to different places, but I don't even need that. Like I can totally do more stuff if I just had clear pipes in every style. Like there's so many clear pipe troll ideas I had for like Mario Maker 2, and then I was like, oh, it's actually only 3D World specific, and 3D World does not have the
Mhm.
necessary elements you need for
Yeah.
it, which is
Mhm.
really annoying. What
Yeah,
about you
back
actually?
going back to wait, what?
Well, I was thinking for that question you asked. What about you?
Oh, now that I think about it, I basically want the equivalent of like a 1F0 thing in ROM hacking.
Oh, that's true.
I want a block that enemies can walk on, but Mario can't.
Yeah,
Like
for
a
you,
reverse bumper,
yeah,
basically. I want
yeah.
a reverse, a one tile reverse bumper.
Yep, for you guys who don't
Um,
know, the 1F0 block in well, I don't know. There's the 1F0 block, and then there's actually like the like passable for Mario, solid for sprites block.
yeah, I want that one. I want
Yeah,
the one that's just like that because I feel like that would help a lot of things.
yeah.
You
One
know?
F zero is kind of cool. The 1F0, it's really weird the way it works. It's actually a slope tile block.
Yeah, is
And
that why things move on it weird?
yeah, because it's basically it's called like a slope assist block. It's made to help sprites move up slopes. It's used for like the corners of
Oh,
slopes, pretty much. But what it
huh.
is, what it does actually is, so any sprite that lands on it, kind of slides across it, conserves whatever speed they currently have, and for a lot of them it stops their animation. So that allows for alone some pretty cool mechanics for Super Mario World. But honestly, like Nintendo would never put that in Mario Maker, right?
Yeah, I mean
It's too broken. Like
that's too mechanic based that I feel
yeah.
like they wouldn't. It would have to serve another purpose somehow.
Yeah, there was
But
like a
yeah,
cool glitch though with like where you could have like a spiny coming out of like being blasted out of a launcher that would like just totally float along the ground, and that reminded me so much of One F-Zero. It was another I save it.
mm, but yeah, people that are listening and you've gotten this far, thank you. If you haven't, since we're talking about ROM hacks, if you haven't seen Potato's Carl Box ROM hack,
Free shout out. Let's go.
play it, please. It's very good. He let me playtest it, so that's pretty
Oh
nice.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think it was so like well made that like because my main fear, all right, with ROM hack troll levels is that because you can do so much, it would get to the point where trolls wouldn't be like creative, I guess, because you could do any. I think something uh that's impressive about troll levels in Mario Maker 2 is that a lot of the time the ways that it trolls you are things where you're like, huh, how'd they do that?
That's true,
But
definitely. That
I feel like in ROM hacks you could do anything basically.
yeah, I remember that was like a major concern a lot of people had talked about, and like I remember telling a lot of people I was making my troll ROM hack. They were like, "Oh, but you can just do anything in that. It's gonna be bad. You won't
Hmm.
be. I'm not
But
playing
I
that." Blah
think
blah blah.
I don't want to spoil anything. Cutting back in, I said a spoiler. I shouldn't have. Oopsies. Um, but yeah, I think with ROM hacks there has to be like instead of it should be like a different goal. It should be more of surprising the player to hilarity, I think.
Yeah, honestly, that was basically what I was going for. Because I remember going into it kind of like, man, my usual trolls are all built around like abusing mechanics and stuff. So I don't know what I'm
Hmm.
gonna do for this. That's gonna be unique and all that, but like I
Yeah,
think it really did turn out well. Like it turned out
I mean
exactly how I was
that's
hoping for it.
yeah, that's why Super Diagonal Mario was such a funny ROM hack. It
Honestly,
was so
yeah.
surprising
That's what I
that
built.
like
That's what I based it off of. Because I remember I
yeah,
was like, I after seeing people do that, I was like, because I actually messed around with a troll ROM hack before, got nowhere, saw a diagonal Mario World, was like, oh okay, you know what? I was doing Mario World trolls wrong. Because what
hmm
people were trying to do, in fact, a lot of the other troll levels you see are like Mario Maker trolls, but they're Super Mario World, right? I feel like I intentionally tried to drift away from Mario Maker troll design, right? I was trying to drift more towards that whole like diagonal Mario World idea of like, okay, you can do anything, so let's do something funny, like
yeah.
the
Well,
spoiler,
yeah,
the
what I
aforementioned
spoiled.
spoiler.
Yeah, but yeah, so anyways, but yeah, so definitely play as ROM hack. It's good.
Okay, I think we should
Um,
probably be wrapping this up now. So
all right, so yeah, thank you for listening again. Um, this is kind of our first like pilot attempt
yeah, so
at a
sorry if
podcast.
this is a bit
So
of a mess. It should be better next time.
yeah, so let it honestly give us advice for this.
Yeah, yeah, your feedback helps for sure.
We're hoping to get some other more famous troll creators on the podcast.
Hopefully, Defender, maybe Stevo could be cool. Does Stevo have a
Ooh,
mic? I don't know about Stevo.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Wait, yeah,
but
he streams. I forgot he
basically,
streams. I'm literally retarded.
yeah, yes, we're good. But yeah, give us advice, please. And also give us questions.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that's good.
Do you want to plug anything or?
I mean, I'll plug everything in the
I mean, this is
description.
your
Check the
YouTube.
description.
All right, you better
Everything I
plug all
mentioned
my stuff
previously
too.
will be there. I'll put Buck's channel in there. I'll be nice.
Okay.
Wait,
I
have you
mean,
uploaded
I
anything to
actually
your
just
channel?
shoot. I mean, I upload like Kaizo clear vid, so I don't think that counts. Plug
I'll
my
plug your
Twitter. I
Twitch.
think
Yeah, I'll plug your
plug
Twitch
my
and your Twitter.
Twitch and my Twitter.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Buck streams like
Um,
Portal 2 mostly, but
yeah. So yeah, that's not if you want other content, then follow my Twitch. But if you're a troll guy, yeah, that's not what my Twitch is for. So,
yeah, okay.
but
So,
yeah,
anyways, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This was fun. Just give us any advice in the comments. We'll take it to heart.
all right. Yeah. So this is gonna be the end of the podcast. Should we do like a theme song or
A
something?
theme song? I think
Dude, we should do a
no.
theme song for this, like do 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 do. I don't know, it's bad.
But yeah, I'm turning off your mic now.
All right, bye.
You've lost mic privileges.
Dang it.
Anyways, see you guys next time on the Offscreen Thwomp. Bye.